Yes, I know it's not 9 o'clock yet, but I'm starting early. Why not? Gives people a chance to show up. How is everyone this evening? I'm doing quite well. I've decided not to have any guests on tonight. I do need to practice people beyond yelling, hypnotizing them, and giving them orders. So I thought this would be a good way to do it. I've looked up some stupid news from your world, and I'm going to read it out for you. We have a viewer already. Hello, viewer. Let's see, which shall we start with? We have an anti-vampire mob, and doctors warning women again not to stick cucumber cleanse. Yes. Doctors warning women not to stick cucumbers into their vaginas. So many stupid things to pick from. Yes, I'm practicing the persona oath. That's very nice to see you this evening. How are you? Not sure what it is. It seems every week they're warning women not to stick a new thing inside of them. Yes. This time it's let me remember how to share the screen. Here it is. Posts. All of the brilliant viral posts. Doctors warn women not to do the cucumber cleanse in brilliant viral post. Versatile vegetable can be used in any number of sandwiches and salads. At IFS Science, we have a colleague who happily just munches down whole cucumbers unseasoned during editorial meetings. Are cucumbers not really just a giant phallic-shaped thing of water? I don't imagine they taste very good. Regardless. But now it appears it's become a little too versatile, with a new baffling and concerning trend of cucumber cleansing taking off. Brace yourselves, it's much weirder than it sounds. Proponents of the cucumber cleanse suggest that you peel a cucumber and insert it into the vagina and twist around in and out movements to cleanse the yoni. What in the fuck is a yoni? Is that some kind of chakra bullshit? Several levels of instructional videos exist. I wonder, do the instructional videos exist on YouTube, and does this actually count as educational if they do? Women sticking cucumber inside their vagina. I've slept with mine inside of me and smelled like a day spa when I woke up. Why do I doubt that she does not smell like a day spa when she woke up? I believe she would more likely smell like a cesspit behind a tavern. Yoni, I don't know, something you put dicks in. Is a yoni a vagina? Yoni is the Hindu representation of the female genitals, so it is a vagina. They could not simply just say cleanse the vagina. That is a bit fucked, indeed. They are a bit fucked, apparently by vegetables. Oh, goodness. Where do women get these ideas that they can just cleanse their yoni by... Last week it was herbal balls. They were sticking herbal balls up inside them. Motherfucking called it. You called cucumbers inside the vagina? That's a very specific prediction to make, Wrath. Yes, they have to use spiritual terms, Otha, because it's bullshit, and they have to pick and choose little things from here and there to make it sound more legit. That's what people like this do. I wouldn't be surprised if some of these instructional videos are not on YouTube, but behind a paywall of some sort. Vaginas are not dirty, and attempts at cleaning the vagina actually damage the vagina. That is true. They're better left alone. And as the article says, they're both excellent reasons not to turn yourself into an unorthodox salad bowl. The idea that some kind of vaginal cleansing is required, be it a peeled cucumber or feminine washes sold at drugstores, is misogyny dressed up as healthcare, and I'm having none of it. Vaginas are not dirty. No, they don't need soap. Do not put soap inside you either. Ghost Dog, thank you very much. I'm glad you like the avatar. Well, I'm not sure that counts in terms of dicks. Dicks can go inside vaginas. It's kind of the intended use of both things. The intended uses of things are fine. That's not misogyny. But cucumbers are. She goes to warn on that cucumbers can contain nasty fungi, as well as describing a case where someone perforated their vagina and bladder with one. She went at it so hard with the cucumber that she actually perforated her bladder. Please excuse me while I cross my legs in sympathetic pain. My God, how strong is that woman? How hard do you have to go at it with a fucking cucumber to actually punch a hole in your cunt? Oh, I think she got a bit excited, don't you? Asking for tongues, yes. Success. My goodness. I think tongues are an acceptable thing to go. Hello, Sodomantine and AP the Frog. Yes, dick going vagina is accurate. What is inaccurate is cucumber going vagina. That gives a whole new meaning to tossing the salad. Bravo. I'm kind of impressed that somebody could actually fuck themselves so hard with a cucumber that they have to be sent to the ER. It's slightly impressive if you think about it. Schmeckle's approach to the country might be healthier than Lady Cucumber. Well, Schmeckle's approach to the cunt stream usually doesn't involve a trip to the emergency room, unless, of course, stairs and alcohol are involved. That's a load-bearing wall. Yes, the vagina is a load-bearing wall. Has anyone heard of what's been happening in a certain country in Africa involving vampires? Or at least what they think are vampires? Anti-vampire mob kills 8 in Malawi and forces out the UN. Because the UN is apparently worthless. They can't deal with a mob of people. That is a burning corpse. They apparently can't deal with a simple mob of villagers. What a bunch of fucking amateurs. Really, that's not so threatening. Does that really look so terrible? A vampire scare in Malawi has at least 8 dead, and the United Nations evacuating some of its staff. Thank you, Sir Mantine. I'm feeling lovely tonight. The Southeast African nation, bordered by Mozambique, Zambia, and Tanzania, is one of the poorest countries in the world, and possibly one of the most uneducated, considering they seem to be confused as to what a vampire is. A resurgence of fear of vampires in 2 southern districts of, oh God, African name and African name, has triggered violent lynch mobs to attack and kill those accused of vampirism. These districts have been severely affected by the ongoing stories of blood-sucking and possible existence of vampires. the United Nations Department of Safety and Security said. Oh my goodness. So this is a very, very rural area, and they seem to believe that vampires are killing the locals. They've even set up roadblocks to trap vampires because, yes, we've been known to only travel roads. How silly. Belief in both witchcraft and real existence of vampires is widespread in rural Malawi, with the latter of the superstition perpetuating paranoia and violence, and not the first time. During a devastating famine in 2002, vigilante retribution erupted after a viral rumor circulated the idea that vampires were secretly working with the government to collect blood for international aid agencies. I find that incredibly insulting. I would never work with the government to collect blood. I do not need a handout. I am a proud vampire who can get her own food. Thank you very much. Hello, Star-Lord, how are you? Yes, they are a bunch of racists. How dare they just assume that I'm going to go on some kind of handout for blood. I don't even drink blood, I eat livers. It'd be like going on government cheese. Women and children claim they were the victims of blood thieves, and terrified villagers abandoned their fields. Malawi government leaders publicly denied both the existence of vampires and the conspiracy, which they say was a malicious story created to undermine the government. Unsatisfied, vigilantes took the law into their own hands, publicly stoning to death a man accused of being a vampire. 3 Roman Catholic priests were beaten and detained overnight by an entire village. Priests are now. I also take umbrage in the fact that somebody suggested a holy person might be a vampire. They are literally picking all the wrong people to be suspected vampires. I love me that government cheese. I wouldn't love me government blood. I think it would just be a bag of plasma. Government is no fun. No, the government is no fun. Where I live, they tend to want my head on a pike. Yes, they kidnapped a bunch of Roman Catholic priests overnight and beat the hell out of them. Because priests being a vampire makes perfect sense. It's not like they're not constantly surrounded by holy symbols that might cause them a problem. No, just logic. They're the least expected, so they're the first suspects. I'm not down for blood stamps. Blood stamps. White people, what white people? I've missed something. I apologize. People accused of vampirism, not the only victims. In Malawi, Mozambique, and Tanzania, people with albinism are regularly murdered and dismembered, and their body. I've heard of this. They're doing it wrong. You have to find the elves and the fae. Their body parts are useful for magic, not albinos. Those are just people with white skin. Actual white skin, not varying levels of pink and varying levels of can get sunburn. Yes, it's very nice to have you back, Wrath, even if it would be temporary. Not sure if it is temporary. It is actually quite worrying the fact that in Africa, albinos may actually become extinct in some areas because they're being killed in such high numbers. It's pretty lucrative in countries like Malawi to just kill a albino, chop off a genital, and you could feed your whole family on that. What else? A black albino kid in my neighborhood was great at casting spells of confusion on his neighbors. White skin. albino black people do look interesting, don't they? It's a mixture of two things. It's very, very strange. What's next? What's next? PETA gives out adult, profanity-laced novel as part of a free children's book novel. Oh, the book is called Fetch, How a Bad Dog Brought Me Home. And it was given out along with 2 other actual children's books to her 3 sons. The mother is quoted as saying, "We ran errands and I heard giggles from the back seat. Kind of said, oh, what's so funny? And they said there was an F word in the book. Inside the graphic novel was nearly every swear word in the book, and very, very adult topics. Shows pictures of the dad hitting the mother, and then goes on to her being a teenager, and she has suicidal thoughts. I'm not mad at the author. That's our right in America to do and say what we really want, but I'm mad that PETA pushed this on my child." She called PETA and was not happy with the response. She said, "Well, what do you want me to do about it?" So I suppose that they went to PETA for some sort of surgery for the cat, and along with the surgery and the book program, they gave them the 3 books. She wants a refund so she can go take the $30 and go buy her children some actual children's books. That is a new way to get kids to read. Yes, I would think that some young children would be rather titillated at the fact that they could read something with the F-bomb in it. It would get me to read too. The animal themed books are supposed to teach children to appreciate animals and learn to read and the such. Yes, lovely, lovely. But apparently, PETA's not very good at honesty or actual kindness or vetting books before they give them out to children to make sure that they don't have depiction of a woman getting her ass beat. Hysterical. What is going on? Who else is in the chat? It is nice to see you folks. Let's take a trip to Wisconsin, shall we? Locked in beer cooler for hours, man passed time by drinking. What else would you do unlocked in a beer cooler? Police have cited a Wisconsin man who began drinking after he got locked inside a convenience store's beer cooler. Police were called to a Marshfield Quick Trip early Wednesday after a customer noticed a man in the cooler. Employees opened the door around 6 a.m. and he fled. The store manager told the 38-year-old man drank a beer and 3 cans of Four Loko before he got out. According to the police report, the man said he wanted to buy a beer and got locked inside the cooler just before midnight Tuesday. And he figured he may as well stay inside and drink. The subject found himself locked in a beer cooler, knew that Quick Trip would not sell him any beer, so he decided to remain in the beer cooler. A customer came by the beer cooler at around 6 a.m. and saw it. The report notes the cooler had a glass door, and he could have knocked on it for help. But he chose not to. Logic. He could just stay in there and drink. It sounds perfect. In the night, apparently, so he just sat and drank to his little heart's content. Oh, thinking that in the morning someone would let him out and he could just be crappy alcohol. How do I like my SJWs? Poached, scrambled, sour, sauteed, or wrecked? If I had to pick, I'd pick raw like everything else I eat. Oh no, not my Wisconsin. No telling your story. Is that why you got into a fight with the stairs, Wrath? Yes, chat. How would you like your SJWs? Were you to eat humans? Let's have it. Oh, God. Wonderful. Speaking of SJWs. Metro. Metro.co.uk. Don't they always just give us the stupidest news? Woman who married herself gives in to temptation and cheats on herself. How would a marriage to yourself work? Do you literally just stay home and talk to yourself in the mirror saying, "Hello, honey, how are you?" "Oh, well, I'm doing quite well today. And you?" "Oh, well, you know how work is." And then you go break up the vibrator. Sophie Tanner. This woman's name is Sophie Tanner. Exactly as you think she would. I hate the screen share. Not the most egregious looking feminist in SJW in the world, and I have no idea if she's a feminist. There's trouble in paradise. Tana, the woman who married herself. Turns out that's a mere 2 years after Sophie vowed to love and honor herself till death do her part, she has cheated on herself. Sophie ended up having an affair of sorts with Ruare Barrett, a polyamorist while going out with Sophie. They were together for 5 months. Oh my. So not only did she cheat on herself, she cheated on herself with someone who has multiple relationships with multiple people. The opposite of her own relation. That is hysterical. I think that she's missed the whole point of marriage. The whole point of marriage is to come together and share property and money and the such. Yourself, because you're not having a marriage of assets in any way. It does not make any sense to me. Chard on a steak. But San Mantine chard doesn't taste very good. Ghost Dogger does sound a bit like multiple personality disorder, but I think it's a simple delusion or some new age garbage. Working out with Ruari, something obviously struck a chord with him because he ended up marrying himself too and claims to have given up polyamory for good. Well, he's an even bigger idiot. Polyamory is lovely. You can have as many partners as you want as long as everyone's communicating properly. I don't see any problem with it. Sophie told Amanda Holden on ITVs this morning that self-marriage isn't about never being. However, it's about self-love. Masturbation. Oh, self-love is in romantic love. Marrying yourself if you're going to go be with someone else. The more I think about this, the more it sounds like a load of crap. It's saying that self-compassion and self-care is as important as a romantic relationship. So that is true. Oh, fuck off, Nightbot. Wonderful. Good. Used Nightbot for the last 2 times and it's always messed up. I'm sorry, Wrath. If someone could show me how to do that, I would be eternally grateful. Where did my article go? I am terrible at this. Chat. Now that Wrath seems to have triggered Nightbot in some kind of way. I've lost my train of thought. Damn it, this is not going well. Damn you, Nightbot. But what do you think of this Ruari gentleman giving up polyamory to pursue a relationship only with himself? How long do you think that's going to last? I think it'll last about until the next time he sees a beautiful woman and then realizes how desperately fucking lonely he is. Yes, in order to become a YouTube villain, I have to piss off someone. Yes, I've apparently pissed off Nightbot because it's now bopping my guests. And I did miss your message, Wrath. I apologize. Hang on, let's make it so that this doesn't happen again. Have a wrench! Have a wrench as a consolation. If he takes up counting newspapers and hoarding them in stacks, it'll be the rest of his life. Yes, it will last the rest of his life. Just becomes a complete and total introvert. Thank you, Sarah Magdine. I Nightbot fears you, Wrath. Now for something that's more... I'm just going to read the title of it and then rant. Florida childcare workers charged with abusing autistic boy in Snapchat video. I don't need to read the article, because things like this seem to be happening in your world quite a bit lately. I have a little bit of a mixed feeling on it, because on one end, it's terrible that people seem to feel the need to commit crimes on venues such as Snapchat and Facebook Live. But on the other hand, think of it this way. Isn't it nice that the really dumb ones are broadcasting their crimes and making it easier for them to catch them? Easier for the law enforcement to catch them. It's a bit of a double-edged sword because the dumb ones have gotten extremely easy to catch. They seem to be proud of their idiocy. Proud enough that they're just going to mock an autistic child until he hides himself under a table. And then film the whole thing, put it up. I'm sure the law enforcement of my world wishes things were that easy. They actually still have to do some of the old-fashioned pound the pavement type of police work, when they do police work at all, because most of them you can just here's some money that's never happened. In my case, it's pretty useful. I wasn't always this clever when it comes to hunting. No, needless to say, these two who are their teacher. They're both their teacher. Winter Haven, Florida, because of course it's Florida. What is wrong with Florida? All of these stories seem to just roll out of that state. What is it with this area of this country that is just drives everyone insane? Is there madness in the waters? Is some kind of plague? A curse? It's the curse of crazy. Florida is where hope dies. I think it is where hope dies. But thank you, Raz. There is no snow in Florida. I don't particularly like snow, but I also don't particularly like the heat. Yes, but the Boca Raton area, I understand, is someone referred to it as Heaven's waiting room. It's all elderly people. Because you actually have elderly people that relocate to certain areas, and Florida is one of them. Do I ski? I didn't know I didn't ski. Oswald. It's not really a thing. Uh, People here don't normally partake in leisure activities such as that unless they're rich, and which I am rich, but also don't like snow. Florida is a big trailer park. It is. It's one big slum. Florida is a state of the die. The dying. Becoming like Florida, a guy punched a policeman's horse yesterday. Kicked him in the head. I may eat people, but I had nothing against animals. Animals, they don't actually have any agency of their own. There's no reason to abuse them. Week, a woman action moved her way out of a cop car by hiding a key in her mouth. See, that's just clever. Bravo. I commend that woman for her resourcefulness. That is brilliant. She deserves to be set free. You're poor and you still shred. But, you know, if you do too much damage to the body, you can't eat the organs. Oswald. You've got to use a knife and you get the good bits and leave the rest. I've started a fight. Florida is quite nice. You stay away from the population centers. Yes, I've heard the larger areas of Florida are actually a set, though no one tell the one called failure to come in here. My imaginary internet girlfriend. Yes. I'm married to myself. Morgan's had it coming. Yes, but then you can't eat them. That's such a waste of a corpse. Oswald, I have to say, I don't think I've seen you in that before. Tenderized organs. Ground beef. This is the dumbest thing. I've gone through all my articles quite quicker than I thought I would. Three Florida man-style stories from Minnesota every month lately. Do you think there's a connection between an aging population and the rest of the population acting insane? Or is it the drugs? Just the spread of drugs? Perhaps government is pouring some kind of drugs into the water as a way to control the population by making them act crazy and kill each other off. Make any sense? That seems like a very roundabout way of population control. Do a call. Have a good war. Bit of a draft. Hello, irate prostate. How are you? You just sound like 2 weeks ago. I hope to see you much more often. Mostly young people. Yeah, those young people are awful. Talk too much and know too little. What else do we have? people stabbing each other. Aren't magic cards those things that the nerds play? People shoot the man that shot that was shot over the YouTube video. Did his girlfriend not just put the gun directly to his chest with like a book, thinking that the book was going to stop? And it very predictably didn't, because it's essentially a small cannon. A large gun, yes. We don't have black powder where I am. But the magical cannon only with the chemical. Oh god. Opponent. Yeah, so I had read that they had tested it beforehand and the book stopped it. How would a book stop that? Why am I thinking about this so hard? It's stupid people. Irate prostate. Stream. James von Maxwell and the Electric Nuke. Welcome. You would. The Electric Nuke would only stab someone if it was a Blue Eyes White Dragon. I don't understand. We don't. The white dragons don't exist. Oh, never mind. It's in my world. At least not anymore. They're extinct. Go better. This is out of Pakistan, or at least a Pakistani airline. Plastic forks and leaves dead bodies. The airport reportedly forgot about 2 bodies in coffins that were supposed to be loaded onto a plane bound for Pakistan, according to BBC.com. The 2 bodies arrived at John F. Kennedy International Airport in New York and were supposed to be loaded onto a Pakistan International flight on October 28th, just a few days ago. The PIA Accord, airline officials believe the PIA employees at JFK Airport removed the coffins from the aircraft in order to make room for other amenities, including plastic forks and napkins. Instead of placing the bodies back onto the plane, the employees left them in the loading area of the airport. So instead of bringing these people to their rest with their family members, they decided to load tea. Oswald Cobblepot, I'm about 700 years old. Start doing crack and shit. I've never started doing crack and shit. Who in the fuck is Mordgar? Yes, I don't know that anyone would ever find cadavers very often in an area of an airport. It doesn't seem like the usual place for them, but if I was a family member who was expecting my corpse at a loved one at a certain time, I would expect them at that time, and not for someone to remove them and pack tea. Though I will admit, tea is a very important thing. Corpses. This could have been very special tea. $700. I know. I look quite lovely. $700. Very good for 700, considering some of the younger vampires I've seen don't look half as good as I do. Wrong. I'm telling you, the liver is the way to go. vampire travel agent. So the vampire travel agent only send people places that are usually sheathed in nighttime. So for your world, like anywhere in the northern hemisphere. Are generally fairly disappointing. They're not very smart. There's a reason they're wenches. Hello, Jacob. How are you tonight? I didn't look up enough articles, so now I'm scrambling. Brilliant. University dining hall broadcasts pornography dinner time. Load. There we go. Northeastern students eating at Stetson West Dining Hall were surprised by the sexually explicit content broadcast on the dining hall TV screens, October 19th and 22nd. Departure from the usual mundane programming. It sounds like they got a bonus. Do love a little bit of sexy with my meals. It's the best way to eat. Sex and food go together. So I don't really see a problem here. And the university students, they're adults. What's the big deal? Keep playing the movie. The content included depictions of people having sex and masturbating, according to student reports. One of the movies played as 50 Shades of Grey, which is known for its scenes involving bondage and sadomasochism. So there was a bunch of porn and one shitty movie. That is not porn. 50 Shades of Grey is garbage. I've seen it. Nothing like, yes, Parmesan and watching some anal. Pokemon, you have some articles to share, of course. There is your wrench. Sex and violence and all the giggity. I think sex, drugs, and rock and roll go great together. Yes, I believe that is a very traditional trio. James Von Maxwell. None of you in this chat are in any danger of being erased by me. Let's take a look. This is from the Globe. Let me close some tabs. I have this bad habit of having about 20 tabs open at the same time. Avert racism at Lido Pimienta? Pimienta. Explosion Music Festival. Festival to me. Is apologizing for the actions of a volunteer who interrupted a performance by Polaris Prize-winning singer with overt racism. A statement on behalf of the festival's board of directors addresses the singer directly and promises to make changes to improve anti-oppression and anti-racism training over the next year. What did this person do? Interrupted your art and your show by being aggressive and racist. This sounds terrible. This sounds like a terrible person. What's the issue? Halifax Festival says the incident involved a white volunteer photographer and several white audience members who reacted negatively when Pimenta invited brown girls to the front. Asked, did they tell Pimentia she was being a racist? Let me say. She just kept saying the problem started when the volunteer female photographer refused to step away from her spot near the front. The white girl to move to the front and called her racist for not moving to the back. The photographer So she wanted all of the women of color to move to the front and the white girl to move to the back. The white girl who is a photographer whose job it is to photograph the show. To give up her spot simply because the other folks were of a certain color. There's a certain understanding that if an artist asks a crowd to do something, the artist is in charge. That's not true. That is absolutely not true. Those people paid for their ticket. They're allowed to do as they wish in that space. You are the entertainer. If you ask people to move in a certain way, it is a suggestion, not an order. You are not the queen of the Halifax Music fucking Festival. The clash was emblematic of the opinion that prioritizing people of color, particularly women, racist. Racist. She put the well-being of someone over another simply because of the color of their skin. How is not that racist? Jacob, you're so dead on the inside, you'd be surprised if your heart's still beating. Excellent. Yes. All the white girls to the back, the lesser known Beyonce lyrics. This is ridiculous. I'm not entirely sure about this hang up on race. Being allowed to be pushed around, it's is that a corset? Yes, it's a corset. It cinches in the back. What does racism mean anymore? Racism means white people are evil. From what I've been reading, that is simply what it means to these people. Or the word means absolutely nothing any longer. So often, as a pejorative to throw at people who don't agree with a certain viewpoint, that the word has lost all meaning. Right along, see occasionally the word murder, violence, assault. So down the list of words that now mean to nothing due to the fact that they've been overused as a way to attack people. Can we see the back? No. It's not stays, it's just catches. It's not that exciting. Now everyone just wants to see the whole set. If I was a ginger, this would be hotter. I don't care so much for red hair. I prefer black. I prefer my hair. I think it sets off the colors I wear rather nicely. Can we concentrate on the articles, please? Just a little bit. Gentlemen. There's no women in my chat again. Even the shot. I'm very sad. Let's see. Oh, from Afropunk. This should be... Stop expecting black children to grow up straight and cisgen. I'm done. Goodbye. I'm kidding. It was a Sunday night like many others. Hello, Balehound. Come up. It was a Sunday night like many others. Me sitting at Starbucks, finishing up some writing due to first thing Monday morning. No one needs to know your fucking life story. Get on with the damn article. I don't care. I don't care. I took one look at the picture and instantly started crying. This is a picture of this person playing cops and robbers. The boy in the photo had so many protections in place that were no longer needed, that I couldn't contain the joy I once suppressed but now lived. But my evolution ain't everybody's story. Heterosexual conditioning plagued the Black LGBT community like it did me in my youth, aiding in the devaluation of our lives. You were triggered by a picture of yourself as a child that your mother sent you. This is, oh my goodness. Oh, you poor dear. Yeah. Triggered you. The whole queer identity thing. It's just another way of expressing yourself, your way of dress. In my world, we actually have men that dress as women in certain empires, and depending on the empire, it's either vilified or seen as just Monday. But it's not another gender. It's another way of expressing oneself. There's nothing wrong with it, but also it's important children to develop on their own. And no, don't push one way of thinking, but also this way of thinking is harmful. People fall into a certain binary, and to push them outside of that binary is fucking traumatizing. Forcing heteronormative upbringing onto queer children is a common practice, but it produces traumatized Black children who carry unhealed wounds and scars into adulthood. Mantine, if you're still there, what is this cancer? Finally, women. This is an Afro article that Pokemon sent me about not forcing Black children into a heteronormative state. I'm assuming by Black children they mean African Americans, in which case teaching some of the young Black men to be good fathers would probably be a good start in figuring out the problem in these communities, because I would say that fatherlessness is quite harmful to a child. Not only fatherlessness, but having limited role models. Seeing those types of healthy relationships could keep a child from developing normally. I've seen it before in my own world. But what if the children are heteronormative? I would say that most of the children are heteronormative, Red Fox. Nice bong to my right. What bong? I don't have a bong. I don't smoke. It doesn't do anything. That is a vase. My goodness. What if the children are heteronormative? Of course, most people are heteronormative, whatever the fuck that word means. That word means. By heteronormative, I would assume that they mean of a normal gender expression, as most people are. But no, people like this, they don't want to encourage that. They want to encourage them to be queer. I learned how to assimilate into a heterosexual culture as a means to protect myself. I liked double dutch, but I also didn't want to get my ass whooped every day for doing things meant for girls. For those who don't know, double dutch is jump rope. So 10-year-old me figured out what many go their whole lives unable to do. I forced myself into sports and to be better at them than most. And that is some bullshit. There are other options for men in your world that aren't sports. You could go into band. No one has ever called the pianist a pansy. Covertly, I was being called a faggot, while overtly, I was one of the first picked to play ball because I had the best jumper on the block. Convertly, I was that gay nigga, while overtly, everyone wanted to be my friend because I could throw shade before niggas knew what shade was and throw hands if necessary too. I accepted the expression of my queer identity as the ultimate trade-off for a future when I would be able to live it freely. So essentially, you chose to quash the way that you felt because you were afraid of being teased. Coward. If you feel so oppressed by being stifled in such a way and you're not brave enough to live that way freely, you're a coward. Don't come to us whining about it and crying over baby pictures. Oh, more. Thank you, Pokemon. Any articles? I will have to send you the Discord. Oh, he did not accept this fact until he was 29 years old. When I wrote my coming out story entitled "Everyone Already Knew I don't want to read this anymore. I'm done. This is stupid." What is coming out of Canada? Counselor to stop using the word marijuana. Marijuana has racist connotations. Me if I'm wrong, but that word has a race connotation to it. A Halifax councillor says he will no longer use the term marijuana, sparking a social media debate over the well-used synonym for cannabis. Sean Cleary said a police officer he works with on a cannabis legislation task force recently brought it to his attention that the term has a racist history. In the early 1900s, during the criminalization of cannabis in the US, marijuana was used to demonize marginalized communities, namely Mexicans. These are teaching moments, he said after doing some of his own research on the term's origins. He decided to stop using it. Let's do what we can not to perpetuate racism. I don't think this word has anything to do with Spanish. What racist history? It was perpetuated as a cultural vice of Mexican immigrants to the United States. So, it's just a synonym. Tis just a synonym that sounds vaguely Mexican. I do believe the word marijuana has a context attached to it of the old world, the illegal market. When I grew up, cannabis was considered a gateway drug. Now, as our understanding has changed and considering the road the product will now play in society, I think that we do have to change the words because marijuana has negative connotations. It really was not explained very well how it has a negative connotation, but he believes that it has negative connotations, and that's all we need right now, don't we? Is just to listen and believe that the word marijuana has racist connotations. Listen and believe. Pot is racist. It is a gateway drug and sleeping. Bisexuality is a gateway gender. Sexuality is the way to go. I apologize. I thought I gave you a wrench, James. There. Here, wrenches for everyone. Wrench. Wrench. It is the Tonkasaw method of picking moderators. To be argued like that, pot would cause a black man to look at a white woman twice. Ah, so what you're saying, Pokemon, is that it wasn't just a it wasn't just racist to black people? Mary Wrenchmas. Oh, wrench. Will not give Stone Eye Logic a wrench. He doesn't want a wrench. Red Fox is a wrench wench. I words that are used to describe ethnic communities, sexual orientation have changed over recognizing issues of equality and progressiveness. Your world is in a new age of equality. We do not need to be nitpicking over words like marijuana. The H is yeah. Just because your J is pronounced like an H in the word marijuana does not make the word Spanish. Goodbye, Captain Siren. An hour. I'm going to be having a little bit of an after stream. I think I'm going to make this a regular Thursday night thing. I will answer. You know, yes, I'm going to answer a few questions about myself. But this is going to be a regular Thursday night stream. I will throw the Hangout link in afterwards, and or go into Discord after. Yeah. I quite had fun interacting with you tonight. Oswald Cobblepot asks, are you pro-gun, and do I own any firearms? Firearms have not been invented in the world yet, so no, I do not own any. You have 6 beers to go, and this could be fun. Yes. Does anyone else have any quick questions for me? I don't. Mara wants some. In this chat wants some, except for myself. Jacob Navo. The lipstick is actually purple. You can come out. Fuck it. Fuck it, let's go. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Where's the link gone? Ah, the link's fucked off. Whoever's quickest gets to come in. This could be terrible. The shade is actually a purple. It's a combination of NYX lip crayon and some pigment that I have for my eyes. Hello, Ra.
Could be terrible. You let my ass in. It's gonna be terrible.
That's crayon and some pigment that I have for my eyes. Hello, Ra. Stop.
What?
Silence the echo.
Yes.
Oh, come on. But no, everyone says that the lipstick it's purple. I don't know.
It's blue. It's purple blue.
It's blue, actually.
I have some kind of chromatic powder over the top, so I think that makes it look blue.
Perhaps so.
Hello, Red. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Oh, hey, Red. Been a long time.
It's been too long. Oh, is it Direwolf?
See, people say that. So people say that it's been too long, and they talk to me for about 30 to 40 seconds, and there's like, and it hasn't been long enough.
I always say it hasn't been long enough after we have sex.
Ghost
No,
Dog
go
has
on.
a question. SJWs in my world. No, we don't have well, we do have SJWs in my world, but it usually ends in hang, drawing, and quartering.
Ooh,
So they don't last
that
very
sounds
long.
fun.
Yes, royals don't like being questioned very much.
What?
Huh.
It's a good and a
Who
bad
saw
thing.
that coming?
I know, what a shock.
Right. I'm appalled.
Do you guys want to get intersectional for a second?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
The
Sure.
purple lipstick, that's Arnold Schwarzenegger's favorite color, is purple. I read it in Disney's Adventures magazine in 1992. It had crisscross on the cover. And
That was a Daisy reference.
Yeah, says the woman who's 700 years old. That's a dated reference, is it?
he used his influence and his power to fuck a poor Hispanic woman and birth a child out of wedlock.
Don't talk about my parents like that.
So, Tuesday? Just a Tuesday.
He's a fucking sperminator.
It's nice to see some things are universal between worlds.
Get out! I will sperminate you.
Rich, fucking poor women and then having bastards. That's the thing. So
Now I'm
many
imagining Arnold as a king. Oh wait, Conan.
Conan.
lamentation of women. Sounds a bit like moaning.
I am the barbarian.
What is the riddle of the steel now?
I will crush it.
In my pants. Just end all of his catchphrases with "in my pants."
It's not a tumor in my pants.
It's not a tumor. Get in the helicopter now. Do it.
In my pants.
In my pants.
That sounds like it.
I wonder if that's what he actually calls it.
I will be back in my pants.
Jesus Christ!
Like,
Really?
he left in his skirt. He comes back in pants. That's my mental image there.
Oh my goodness.
There's,
Oh,
don't
that
wanna
should
see-
give the
it's like,
Highlanders a fright.
Arnold, this is a professional work environment. You can't wear a skirt to work.
I bet that his O face,
Why not?
his O face is totally that scene from Total Recall when he's exposed to the Martian
yeah.
atmosphere and he said, well, that's any party talks in the movie, but you get my point.
So do they not let men wear kilts?
It's not that they don't let men wear kilts, it's that it's not per se encouraged.
There was a restaurant that was like Scottish themed. I can't remember where it was. It might have UK or the States, but the male waiters wore kilts, and I can find you the article if you want. They stopped wearing them and they protested. I don't know if they went on strike. It was something like that, but because they were just constantly getting groped by the female patrons.
Yeah, I got fired for wearing a mini skirt to work one day.
And that makes me want to wear a kilt.
Well, it is a problem when your dick is dangling down under the hem.
Hey, you know what? First of all, they should have been clear on that. Second of all, how is luck my fault?
Wear a longer skirt.
I wouldn't say that's luck. I'd say that's genetics.
See, Raph would
Yeah,
have
genetic luck.
worn a longer skirt.
So you should just fart on the people that sexually assault you when you're wearing a kilt and call yourself.
Yeah, mini skirt gate.
You could be like Brave. No, you could be like Brave Fart.
Brave fart.
That sounds like a great text thread.
If you're
that
wearing a
sounds like
really
a
short kilt, you are brave if you fart because you may just expose your ass.
You could create like a William Wall of ass.
William Wallace.
You should have sued them and said that they were discriminating against a woman.
Well, I mean, if it would have been a real story instead of a joke that I just told, I probably would have.
Oh, you ruined it.
Yeah.
As
That was fun.
As someone who cares about wildlife, my biggest bone of contention with the idea of the feminine penis is that they're appropriating hyena culture. You ever see a female hyena's dick, man? Jealous.
I
and
have
they're always
not,
laughing at me about it too. Every time
it's been a long time since I took bath salts, so it's been a while since I went down on a hyena. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I thought you were gonna say it's been a long time since I looked up feminine hyena dick.
Well, whenever they try to make them breed, they keep putting two females together because they actually can't tell.
Well, it's actually really easy to tell, at least with spotted hyenas. The females are way bigger than the males.
In
And
two
they're
respects.
meaner, too. They're meaner,
The
too.
hyena centipede.
Being a male hyena sucks.
Okay.
You know what? Hyenas also give us another natural example of something people like to deny, and I usually shit on the idea, but male privilege, there is an example. There's a case of a guy who's like Cessna plane went down in Africa. I can't remember which warring nation he landed in, but he's fucking hurt and he's stuck by his plane, and hyenas are coming around at night. So he uses his urine. He makes a big circle around him. They won't pass over male urine from humans, but female urine, you're shit out of luck, bitch.
Oh, because the women are just like, oh, challenge. Fuck
Yeah,
it.
they smell women pee and they're like, oh fuck, there's a bigger dick than me around here.
I need to prove that I have the biggest dick around here. So I'm going to rip you to pieces. And then the man is just like, no threat.
Oh fuck, I thought you were talking as yourself. I was going to say, wait for the after stream.
Hmm?
Yeah,
So
mine's
you-
not impressive.
Never mind.
What?
It was a showing a dick joke. You were talking as though you were a hyena.
Don't have it.
Hey, I haven't
We're the
haven't
monkeys.
seen confirmation of this.
Of which?
Throw let me go grab the armor so I can be skeptical.
Oh, he hasn't seen confirmation that I don't have a peak.
Are you going to put on some chainmail? I mean chainmail.
Chain fail.
Chain fail.
Well, I mean, to everyone who owns a bow, it's chain fail. It's like ha 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 ha. You fucking retard.
Red, you're very quiet. How are you?
Oh, been pretty fucking decent, I guess. I got some good news back from my doctor, finally.
Ah?
My testosterone level's at damn near 0.
So you're not human.
Nice.
Yay.
No, I went from
No,
like
no,
607 or something like that, and I'm down to 41. So,
Red's a human.
unfortunately, though,
being.
because I missed,
Oh, I'm making a joke because I don't know anything.
I am a strange mutagenic beast.
Giggity.
That's better than what the fuck was I can't remember the actress. You know the Egon character from the female Ghostbusters. The blonde hair and glasses. When I
I'm
called her,
repressing
Oh,
that.
yes.
Oh, that one.
The only good one.
I still
called her-
haven't seen it.
well, yeah, Dyke Gon. But anyway, it was Paul Feig. He called her a pansexual beast. I like Reds better than that.
Who probably fucked everyone besides Paul.
Oh, Paul just likes women standing on him.
Well, with how Hollywood is going. I mean,
So, who said they hadn't seen that movie yet?
I haven't.
Just
I saw
do you know Red Letter Media, the YouTube channel?
Yes.
Go there. They've done episodes about it.
Oh, I've seen a bunch of people's videos about it. I just haven't seen it because effort.
I fucking put the effort. I saw it opening night on acid by myself, man.
Oh, that sounds bad.
probably
My acid connection's in prison. What am I supposed to do?
You got a bathtub?
We're not going to discuss how to make acid on air.
please
No,
don't.
I think you should just clean yourself, you dirty bastard. Sorry, that was easy bait and switch. I had to.
He's got jokes.
That's
Jokes.
jokes.
What's
You know
that
what's horrible, though?
thing behind you? Hold on. What's your name?
Oh,
Wrath.
That's me. That's an old cutout of me. That is a long and almost funny story. Almost funny being the key word. That's why I'm not telling it.
We're just going to stop at the fact that Wrath is a kind of himself.
Mm-hmm.
Who said I had a bong? What of these things looks like a bong to people?
The colorful
Is the-
vase.
Yeah,
it's,
that was me. That was me, Thorn.
it's the vase, not the chalice.
Are you high? This is a vase.
Yeah, but
That's-
when you're high, anything can become a bong.
I was gonna say,
Yes.
everything.
Very true.
Everything is pretty much a fucking knife and a soda can away from being a bong when you want to get high bad enough.
I mean,
Not even. You don't even need a soda bottle to make an apple into a bong.
Hey, I mean, I don't know about y'all, but You give me 2 butter knives and an electric stove, and we can
hot
get high.
Yeah. Fuck, I heard an interview with Quentin Tarantino, and he's talking about hanging out and smoking hash with Brad Pitt. And he's like, Brad Pitt gave him a big ball of hash when he was leaving. And he's like, fuck, I don't have anything to smoke this in. And Brad Pitt apparently just went to the fridge and handed him a Coke can. And that was like a year before you saw in the media. Fuck, I sound like I follow Brangelina bullshit, but like I remember seeing that like she was all upset with his fucking drug use or something. Like
he totally follows Brangelina bullshit.
Well, I mean, Harrison Ford used to smoke out of a freaking teapot.
Well, yeah. Like, I mean, I hadn't heard that before, but I am in no way shocked by this.
My way of choice is apple, because then you can eat the apple. Bonus snack.
Ghetto edibles, love it.
Oh, because then you're hungry immediately after.
Well, no kidding.
Well, I mean, if you want to talk about ghetto implements, I smoked out of a 3.5-inch floppy drive when I was in high school.
James, why do you have tampons? Why does James have just like boxes of tampons?
Because why do you judge me, you assholes?
power over period.
It's like you're clearly not familiar with me if you ask that question.
Oh, stop
James
it.
has an announcement today.
I shove tampons up my ass. Is that the
That
announcement?
wasn't the announcement I was looking
Wait a minute. Do you soak them in vodka first? Because if not, you're doing it wrong.
Well, of course. Give me a break. Yes, my friend. Yes.
Good man.
What are you doing?
Me?
Hopefully he's not doing anything illegal.
Who, me?
Legally gray area.
50 Shades of Legal.
Gray areas. Hello, Thrax. Thrax is in the chat.
Oh, fuck, I don't have that open. Hello, Thrax.
Oh.
Hi, Thrax.
Hey, Thrax.
Where is my tablet then so I should get on that shit?
Social justice chick tracks.
Oh, I started that years ago.
Nice.
No, that's the Ghostbusters review when I read it all when I was all fucked up after I got back. But
I know.
no, but that blog thing, I started that. I took all the, like, the religious comics, chick tracks.
Oh, yes.
I just like edited them, like fucked up, like really cheaply in MS Paint to make them all retarded.
I'm reading this. Well, fam, it's been a very emotional.
Oh God, I'm gonna feel embarrassed now.
You sent it. The imaging across social media feeds has been a steady stream of man's inhumanity to man.
That was when like there was war shit going on. That was sorry.
I've seen large imposing bodies rolling through city streets. That would be my reaction to those women if I was on drugs. They're all the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man coming down the street. I have felt the deafening blast all around me, and I was scared for my life. I heard cries all around me and people trying to explain to the young children what was happening. It's just a ghost. It was chaos. I had no idea who I could trust, and I felt like I was surrounded by wolves the entire time. I am, of course, talking about Ghostbusters.
There was like some war in Turkey shit going on at that night, so like I was making people think that's what I was talking about at this time.
Oh, that's what that was. Out of context, it's a little strange.
The whole thing is going to be really fucking strange because I was so fucked up.
After drinking all day on an empty stomach, I decided to take some acid and jump into this mess. I had not been in a movie in a while and never a 3D movie. So you went to see your first 3D movie high on acid. This sounds like good life choices.
The best of life choices.
The best of life choices. Absolutely.
I mean, this is the only better choice in your life is to literally dedicate yourself to looking exactly like Trigglypuff. That's the only better choice you can make than 3D movie on acid.
Triggly.
That also.
Yes.
Fuck, the
That
first
alpha
movie I saw in
sounds
the
horrible.
theater was actually Pokemon on acid.
Ooh.
Psychologists will be
The
arguing
first
if
movie
it cost.
Just as
I mean,
Bill
the first movie.
No, go ahead.
deliver a punchline simply by ever so slightly tilting his head forward, McKinnon getting separate eyes, curl one corner of her mouth, or mumble only one or two words to make a packed theater burst into thunderous laughter. You were on acid. You absolutely were on acid.
Yeah, acid.
Yeah, acid. It can make that tripe funny.
Acid makes everything funny.
Acid makes everything entertaining.
Seriously, I can
Mushrooms
have
also makes things entertaining.
like I'm pretty sure on acid that like one could laugh at Mein Kampf the musical.
Oh,
That
fuck
is a
yeah.
box of tampons.
Wait, there's actually a musical adaptation of that?
No, but I can dream.
Someone needs to make it.
I think we now have to make a musical adaptation of Mein Kampf.
Someone start to
Why
go
don't you just-
fund me.
Just throw on the audiobook and play some Wagner in the background. There you go. Start jerking off.
Hey, I thought we weren't going to talk about our private hangouts anymore, James.
I'm genuinely confused as to why you have tampons.
Because you need a second person to butt chug properly.
You know, sorry. I went to get some ice cream and there's tampons on sale, so I got them.
He's a heavy flow
Why?
day prepper.
But why?
Because he got that flow.
I think I might menstruate one day. Might as well have these in my fucking war bunker.
Exactly. That's
Oh,
what I'm saying.
You know what?
And they're also
Sometimes
good for gunshot wounds. They're good for gunshot wounds.
they are
They're
good
also
for
good for bloody noses.
that too.
I hope the next time you bite into a jelly donut, there's a string hanging out of it.
You hate me. I hate you. No. No.
James, you actually have a fucking good voice. I need to pay you to fucking say some shit for me. I hate my voice.
Yeah, I've got a jelly of his voice, to be frank.
Oh, thanks.
I am too.
I'll do it for free though. No costs here. Whatever you
Dude,
want.
did you not see The Dark Knight? If you're good at something, never do it for free. Shut up and take our money.
Okay. Thank
Shut
you.
up and take my money.
It's all good stuff.
Christ, turn off a device for 2 days? That was a shit ton of notifications.
That's happened to me.
I turned my tablet off like 2 days ago. There were like 300 notifications.
I see.
Okay, Twitter.
I almost never have that problem.
I do.
The other day, I opened it and I had 18. That's because apparently Lauren Southern's fanboys were coming after me. I don't know why. I just disagreed with her.
And that's why you suck blood.
Yes.
You
Wait,
have
who,
like
Laura Loomer?
volunteers.
I don't know.
Wait, are we disagreeing with Laura Luma here? Or,
Disagree with Lauren Southern. I said she wasn't pretty.
She's not that pretty.
She's not really my type, but
Nah, she's not pretty at all, actually.
I didn't say she was hideous. I just said she was average.
Average is good. Yes. Yes.
Nothing wrong with average.
She's like average, maybe slightly above.
She may be prettier if she went blonde.
nothing wrong with average unless you have
Right.
parents.
No, nothing wrong with
I
average.
mean, if she
unless
was a
you're
redhead,
trying-
she'd be hot.
You say nothing wrong with average unless it's your grades.
I also said that a dress that hits above the knee is not technically conservative dress.
Was it Red that said she'd be hot if she was a redneck?
No, if Lauren Southern was a redhead, she'd be hot, especially
Oh, I
if
thought
she
you
was a
said
redhead.
You said redneck.
Because-
If she lived up to the southern name.
Well, apparently, redhead automatically makes everything hotter.
Yes, that's
I
correct.
disagree, but
Yes.
Well, here's the thing, too. Like, if you look at most redheads, they look kind of really weird. So if you take a redhead who actually has a really average face, she actually looks really freaking hot.
It's true. Red hair
Because
is
she
cheating
looks
and
better
attractive.
than other redheads.
Red hair is
Yeah.
pink. Redheads are genetic cheaters.
James. Is James there?
No, it's just a box.
Yes, I'm here.
I put something in the Hangout chat for you to read.
Oh my God, no. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, he did.
Feeling garlic is such a pain. What?
Like a fucking infomercial.
He wants you to read it like a radio announcer.
Like a TV infomercial. Like peeling garlic is such a pain,
What's
but
it-
not anymore.
I'm Billy Mays, and I've got this magic fucking shit, and don't worry about it. That kind of stuff. Yeah.
I pulled this semi with my balls and magic pudding.
No, Jesus Christ, really? Okay. I'll read it for you on a video.
Oh, fine.
Oh, fine.
Okay. Do you have the ability to screen share video or anything, Thorn, or should I just find another article?
I should be able to. I can try.
The sound is always the issue.
It
Doesn't-
always is.
Yeah.
Well, technically,
Oh.
if I play it through my speakers, my microphone should pick it. Yes, I have a microphone.
Well,
No.
if you want to watch some crazy shit, I always have tons. So
Now, can I,
Send
Just-
it to me.
Thorn?
Yeah.
You've got like redhead hair stuff on your arms. You've got. I'm sorry, you're a ginger. You know, admit it.
I'm not a ginger.
Mm.
Why? Why does everyone think I'm secretly a ginger?
Because you are.
Because
There's
Uh-huh.
you don't have a soul. Clue 1.
There's that. Yes.
Soul? I have a soul. No, I have a soul. It's just a bit ripped apart and tattered.
No. Show the arm. Put your arm up. Put
I
the
thought
right
you were
arm.
gonna.
Look at the freckles on this woman. She is not a dark-haired woman. She is a ginger.
I thought James was gonna say, "Show the soul, show it."
Rip it out of your face. Yes. No.
I mean,
She
I got
knows.
spots on my
that's
arm,
where
and
the
I'm not a
face-
ginger.
What?
Well,
The soul
hey,
is
you
in the
have
face.
ginger hair there. You know, you're looking good. But
Wait, did you say the soul is in the face?
Freckles just come from exposure to sun.
mhm.
It's appropriating the
Yes.
melanated black race. Okay, I'll send you a link. You can look at it first, but it is pretty good.
No problem. I think this is starting to wind down. Thank you all for coming in, and thank you for coming to my little stream. This is the first time I've been by myself on a stream.
Oh,
You did good.
Oh,
not bad. Not bad.
Thank you very much. Thank you all for coming. I will be on Sunday, as per usual. I have your boy Pat and AP the Frog.
Ooh,
So,
nice.
Invite me, baby. Do it.
yes, you want to come too? Fine. I have James.
Of course. Yes.
Thorn, send me the Discord in the Hangout chat.
Yes, I will send you the Discord. But for now, good evening, and thank you for joining me for the inaugural stream of Dead After Dark. Bye.
All right, Ginger. See you later.